Wanted to make this real quick video because I want you guys to see something. I want you to see what we've been talking about, why people are going down a dark road of no return and listening to all the false teachers and prophets and all of that. Because in the previous video, we talked about 3 practical ways that you can find these people out for who they really are. And one of the big ones that we're going to talk about today, one of the biggest ones is, guess who? It's got to do with Donald Trump. That's one of the biggest ones of the practical ways that you can find out if a false teacher, somebody you've been listening to, has if they've elevated Trump, or the church you've been going to, they start talking about it behind the pulpit. They start talking about it on videos on the channel, elevating him to a Christ-like, godlike figure. That right there is your cue. Now look at this video that I'm getting ready to show you of the head honcho of the Christian nationalists, this dominionism, that where they want to take over, basically it's a Taliban style of Christianity, where they want to take over, put religion on every facet of your life, including the government. And Lance Wallnau is part of this. And he states in this video that he thinks, let me play it for you. I don't want to give it away. Take a listen and we'll talk.
There's an interesting verse. We have a spiritual audience out there in Flashpoint, and it refers to when Satan takes people captive at will. What you're looking at in media and on the left is a situation where people are beyond the point of rational, objective discourse. Because there's a number of people that are actually turning in their opinion of Trump. The African-Americans male, for instance, population has gone up to 26%, shifting towards Trump. So there's a number of people that no matter what kind of propaganda has been bombarding them are still able to think. But there is a group of people, and you'll hear them in the political class, and you'll hear them in the media, and you'll hear them frequently in academia. Honestly, Gene, they are taken captive at will. And this is the language we have in the New Testament of people who have lost the objective faculty use of their mind and have it kind of seized with a kind of narrative and perspective that overrules their own judgment. And now an idea has them. They don't have an idea. You're going to see this increasing for the next year, unlike 2020. The rhetoric, the emotion, and the degree of bizarreness is going to start to manifest. And we're going to have to be really held back by the fruit of the Spirit of self-control, because we're going to be in the presence of demons talking through people.
And as you can see there, he's making the claim that those that reject or don't go against Trump, basically, they're being led by the demonic, that they have a demonic stronghold upon them and all of that, and that they're under this influence, and that they can't think rational because they're under the influence of demons, basically, is what he's trying to say. These folks make me so sick. They make me sick, and they should make you sick too. That this is what they believe, that they've elevated a human being to Christ-like, God-like status, to where that this is the person, only person out of all the billions of people in the world, all of the millions of Americans that are out there, that can somehow fix what's going on in society and throughout other nations and everything. How of a warped, you want to talk about under the influence of demons? They're the ones under the influence of demons. Because if you think like that, you talk like that from behind a pulpit, you preach messages about that, elevating a person to Christ-like, God-like status and worship them like that, you're under the influence of demons. You're under the influence of something that's ungodly. That's what's going on. You're not part of the body of Christ. We're not coming to church to listen to people talk about some human being as if they're this righteous, that they're spotless, sinless, and that they can elevate, have the keys to the gates of heaven and the keys to your soul and salvation and all of that. This stuff is sickening, and it's getting worse. And he's going on a tour And he's behind a lot of these politicians that are part of the nationalist movement. They're going forth in 2024. Will be preaching and talking about they're tearing down these demonic strongholds wherever they go with this rhetoric. And that they got to do whatever to get Trump. This elevates him into office and they think that that's okay for somebody. Trump himself saying that he wants to declare basically a martial law and do all of these things and all of this. And I was thinking, and I'm going to talk about what I believe in another video. What I believe what God, two directions I think this, and I just believe, I was thinking about this. Two directions I think that God is going to do this thing. That's just my belief. So I'll talk about that in the upcoming video. But I was, watching and some of you, I don't know if you've seen it. I need to watch the part 2 of the independent fundamental Baptist church with the pastor Jack Hyles that founded that church, this cult. And some of the stuff that there was a special on the ID channel over the weekend, 2-part special from people that has left that group and all of the stuff that goes on. And I mean, it's a disgrace and disgusting. And I was just thinking, like, listening to some of the stuff that he was talking about and the way that other pastors that are part of that group of that fundamentalist Baptist church, and how this is it right now in today's society. This is what we got. These types of nationalists, these types of people. That's what we have right now. They're the new form of the Jack Hyles, all of them. And they're running around, these people that you see, telling you that the deep state and demonizing other people, other parts of the party, whatever you believe, or whether you don't want to believe. And no wonder people don't want to believe anything. Someone stated to me that if they weren't a Christian and they saw what was going on right now, that they would be an atheist. I mean, this is a turnoff. And this is what these types of people are doing. These Lances and all of them. They're turn-offs. They're not the true church that Jesus Christ intended it to be. This is not it. They want to keep their hands in the government and can control your life in whatever way they can and control the religious portion of your life. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. And I'm going to share it in a video what I believe, which way God is going to possibly go with these two things out of this. And it's scary. And me and the wife was talking about it and stuff. And I said, I'm pray for mercy. Pray for mercy that the Lord have mercy on his people. Because we are in a dangerous time right now. These Lance Wallnaus, him and his buddies, Mario Morello, I mean, all of them, the Amanda Graces, all of the people we've been talking about, there's so many of them. There's so many of them. They're out here. They've got a strong influence. And even that one has elevated himself, the devil has elevated one all the way up to third in charge of the nation. A nationalist that has that same types of views as this Lance Wallnau. So the Speaker of the House, he has the same views as Lance. That's a problem. We're in trouble, folks. And we're going to continue to talk about it. We'll continue to shine the spotlight on it and talk about all the issues the church went away from. Take Satan head on, punch his butt right in between the chops. Evangelism for God, if you're new. This is a channel. If you're new, consider subscribing, hit like, coming along for the journey. My name is Maurice Braxton. So until the next video, my friends, take care. God bless.